This apartment has a rule, but nobody tells you why. In the busiest part of Medusa City, there was an apartment building called Block 13 Silver Heights. It was always available for rent. Strangely, no one ever stayed there long. A young lady named Amara, who was a struggling fashion designer, found the listing online. The rent was unbelievably cheap for such a beautiful place. 24/7 electricity, constant water supply, fully furnished, and no deposit required. Her agent simply told her people don't leave because of money issues. They leave because the building changes them. She looked at him and said, I've heard worse marketing strategies. And then she signed immediately. On the first night, the apartment was perfect, clean white walls, silent hallway, soft lights that never flickered. But at exactly 2:13 a.m., she heard a soft knock on her door. Knock, knock. And then she checked the peephole. There was no one. She moved forward and opened the door. The hallway light was on, but it was longer than she remembered. Too long. And so the next morning, she met a man in apartment 2B. The man looked so tired, like he hadn't slept in years. Welcome, he told her quietly. Please don't open your door at 2:13 a.m. Amara frowned. Why? She asked him. And then the man paused. Because that's when the apartment takes attendance. But before she could even ask what that meant, he had already walked away. And so another night came. Amara decided to test it. At 2:12 a.m., she stood by her door. Everywhere was silent. 2:13 a.m., she heard the knock. Knock, knock. But this time, it was louder. She slowly opened the door. The hallway was filled with doors, but none of them had numbers anymore. Instead, they had names written on them. And one of the rooms read, Amara. A cold voice echoed through the corridor. Units assigned. And then the lights flickered. Her apartment door shut behind her by itself. And then the walls of the building began to breathe like something alive. She turned and saw her furniture moved slightly, as if someone invisible had just sat down. Folder on her table, inside were documents, dozens of them, all containing names of past tenants, dates of arrival, no dates of departure. And at the bottom, a sentence was stamped. Tenants are not evacuated, they are reassigned. Amara dropped the file. What does that even mean? She said. And then the room replied, it means you are now part of the building. Immediately, she ran to the door. The door was locked. She tried the windows. They showed the outside world, but the people outside looked like they couldn't see her. She started screaming. Only silence could answer her, and then her phone rang. Unknown number calling. She answered. Then a calm voice said, relax. You are now an upgrade to the system. The walls began showing screens like moving monitors. She saw every tenant inside the building. One cooking forever in a loop, another walking down endless stairs, one sleeping but aging rapidly. And then she realized something terrifying. This building wasn't housing people. It was storing their routines, their habits, their lives, and even their time. And then a message appeared on her wall, telling her to leave. Give up your strongest memory. And below it read first love, childhood dream, mother's face, identity. Amara froze. If I forget everything, what will I be left with? And then the building answered, free. And so at 2:13 a.m. again, the knock returned. Knock, knock. But this time the voice said, final request, choose. Amara walked to the door and she slowly opened it. Take my fear of being forgotten, she whispered, and there was silence. Then the building responded, unacceptable. This is what we feed on. The door slammed shut. Morning came and a new tenant arrived at Silver Heights, a young lady with tired eyes, and the agent smiling. Unit 13B is perfect for you. As she walked in, the walls quietly whispered, welcome. In some cities, you don't rent apartments. You rent time, identity, and existence itself. And the scariest part, the building always finds a new name to replace the last one.